pipe opal, the first opal ever mined in Australia, and you don't know what it is. But you think that you do. I know what you're thinking. I'll get to that in a minute. Today at Boulder Opal, I'll be working with this 56.9 carat chunk of wood opal, also known as opalized wood, a type of petrified wood, but with more class. I'm going to start by removing some of the brown sand on the surface using my flex shaft. Not that flex shaft. Sheesh. I'm talking about a Dremel tool here. This is called carving. Before you start grinding an opal, you have to examine it thoroughly. This one has red sand on the surface, but the back is mostly exposed and looks okay. On the ends, we can see why I chose this particular opal. Great crystal opal color. Then there's this layer of gray sand at the surface. It's a bit thick, but I can't tell much about it. I also had a look inside of this thing with my torch. It's really just a flashlight, but torch sounds much cooler. I mean, cool people use torches. Flashlights are for losers. But I mean that in the nicest possible way. Okay, enough carving. It's time to move to the big machine. In retrospect, I probably didn't need to carve it at all. Oh, Sheila, okay, you can come watch, but if you do something stupid, you're out of here. You can go play with Zuck. Opalized or petrified wood that is cylindrical and looks like the branch of a tree is called a limb cast. This specimen is a limb cast. And this would be a good time to revisit my recent video on wood opal. But wait until this one's over. You don't want to miss out on any important stuff, right? Of course not. In that video, we saw limb casts of opals from around the world. Australia, Ethiopia, and, would you believe, the United States? This is one of the most cooperative opals I've had in a long, long time. It seems to be listening to me and doing what I ask of it. We're starting to get through that very thin layer of haze, patchy area, and you can see the areas of crystal opal are coming up. Wait a minute. Stop! I don't want to give away what the final stone will be. That's supposed to be a surprise. Okay, time's up. I've been asked many times to make a video covering all of the different types of opal, but until now, I've missed pipe opal. People are confused. And we don't want confusion here at Boulder Opal. Now, I know some of you guys know everything about opal, so I suggest that you just take the day off. Maybe go feed the ducks, or go back to watching PewDiePie. Now, I'm not jealous of PewDiePie. Fucking PewDiePie. I would like to thank Sue Cooper of Broken River Mining for allowing me access to some of her world's best pipe opal collection. And I would also like to thank Dick and Mary Pat Weber for helping me and for keeping me from dropping any of Sue's specimens. And also check out Broken River Mining's website. There are some really nice opals there for sale. So you think that you know what pipe opal is, right? Well, I'd say that unless you are a veteran opal handler, you most certainly do not. You think that pipe opal has something to do with ancient squid-like fossil things like these, right? Well, these are belemnites, ancient sea creatures whose fossils are found all over the world. But in Australia, belemnite fossils are often made of opal, so they're particularly special. But, you know, the word belemnite is a little tough to pronounce with those 3 syllables. I mean, your mouth can get really tired. So that's why I just call them pipes. And this is pipe opal, right? Wrong. Pipe opal is the first type of opal ever mined in Australia, in Queensland in the late 1800s. Now, I think that the first Australian opal should be pretty important to know about, right? So today, Sheila and I are going to show you. I'll be doing the talking, and Sheila will be doing the signing. Oh, wait a minute. Sheila has that hand problem. So, Sheila, I'll let you do something important later in the video, about 3 minutes from now, okay? Queensland is known for its fabulous Boulder Opal, but back in the 1890s, miners were not interested in it. They were all in on pipe opal. But they did know about Boulder Opal, and they knew how to split it. But look at those wispy seams. That's not an opal. Now that's an opal. It's big as your fist. It's a manly opal, so to speak. Back then, pipe opal and seam opal were the low-hanging fruit of opal. They were easiest to get, and they came in large chunks. So what exactly is pipe opal? The consensus today is that they are opalized tree roots, just another type of limb cast. Pipe opals have many things in common with opal limb cast. The smaller they are, the more colorful they are. In the larger pipes, the most colorful areas are seen at the edges, as in this Ethiopian opal. Today, even though most of the pipe opals are small, they're very popular. If you want to show off your pipe opal, you're going to have to prove that it is pipe opal, and the way you prove it is to show that the pipe formed in sandstone. Sandstone has a grainy surface. That's the sand. Is this pipe opal? Well, it looks like a pipe, but that dark brown, non-granular surrounding rock is not sandstone. It's ironstone. The only type of opal that forms within ironstone is Boulder Opal. So this is like a tube, not a pipe, of Boulder Opal. Now, one of the most interesting things about pipe opal is that some of them actually have pink play of color. The actual pips or spots of color are pink or purplish pink. It's kind of amazing. I don't think there's any doubt that pink play of color is cool. Very cool. And pipe opal is the only type of opal with it, to my knowledge. This is the most pink that I've seen since my Barbie video. But I have pink for everybody. Well, not quite everybody, but I'll be giving away 4 small pieces of pipe opal, and all of them have at least a little pink in them. I will tell you how to enter the giveaway at the end of the video. And now, the triumphant return of the Opal News.
This is really cool. Scientists at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science now know why the iconic Castle Rock is so enduring. Instead of crumbling like normal sedimentary rocks, researchers say those rocks are actually encased in opal, which is commonly found, we know, in jewelry. The opal cements that rock together, and it makes it harder than most concrete.
That is so fascinating.
Isn't it? Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is so fascinating. Did you know that Castle Rock is in Michigan, New Zealand, California, New York, Perth, Utah, Washington, Idaho, and, well, and now the final stones, or rather, the final stone. At 26.86 carats, we have Heather, a large but sleek crystal opal cabochon. Now, don't let her dazzling personality fool you. If you mess with her, you may come to regret it. Heather dislikes travel, so she won't be going anywhere for now. But if you leave a good comment, you may win one of these 4 pipe opal cabochons. They don't have names because I want you to name them yourself. Oh, and I should remind you that the following names are taken: Paco, Touchy, Hopper, Sookie. Thought you should know. Now, the winners from the last video. The winner of Angel, the fabulous 11.53 carat matrix opal cabochon, is Mr. Insand. The winner of the 7 carat arrowhead named Miguel is Sneezler. And the winner of Miguel's opal flakes is Harley Dog. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Before I get into my new section for opal cutters, you guys need to hear about Riley Gunn's big opal giveaway on Opal Auctions. There will be a link to the giveaway at the end of this video and also in the description. So check it out and good luck. And now the opal cutter's tip of the week. Does treating matrix opal more than once make it darker? Well, 12 years ago, I bought a 1 kilogram block of Andamuka matrix opal. I was curious about matrix and wanted to see what this whole treatment thing was about. After I treated the opals for the first time, I was not satisfied with the results. They weren't black. But why? So I decided to treat them again. They seemed to get a little darker, but they were still not black. So I treated them again and again. Some of them I treated 10 times. I stopped treating them because one of them seemed to be crumbling at the edge. And I mean, you would crumble too if you were soaked in hot, concentrated acid 10 times. Am I right? I wanted to show you the difference between treating them 1 time and 10 times. But all of the ones that I had been treated multiple times. So I took this one cabochon, which was treated 10 times, and decided to grind off the treatment. The treatment only extends 1 to 2 millimeters deep. This is the cab before grinding the treatment off. It's pretty dark. On this non-calibrated scale, the darkness is about at level 2. Let's grind off the treatment. Here's the stone after I ground off the treatment layer. It's still a bit gray, but very close to the original untreated matrix. Very light. I'm going to treat this 1 time so we can compare it to the one that's been treated many times. Okay, here is the stone before and after treatment. There is very slight treatment effect here, barely noticeable. I'm shocked that 1 treatment session did so little. But I was just a rookie back then, and I really wanted all of the cabochons that I'd cut to be black. Matrix is supposed to be black, right? Through years of experience, I now know that treating Andamuka matrix opal turns black some of the time it turns gray, and sometimes it doesn't treat at all. And those that are going to be black will be black or almost black after being treated just once. You can take that to the bank. The biggest risk in buying untreated matrix opal is that it either will not treat at all or that the treatment works, but within the treated areas there are streaks or patches that remain untreated. So back in the day, I took my cabochons and I treated them over and over and over again till they got much darker, but they're still not black. This is one of those cabochons that was treated 10 times, and you have to admit it looks pretty darn good. So we can conclude that retreating matrix does make the stone darker, but at what cost? Treating it 10 times would take 15 to 20 days. Was I crazy or desperate back then? Don't answer that. For those of you who didn't fall for the fake ending a few minutes ago, congratulations, and I'll see you next time.